Yo, my King's Corner. We're
I was waiting on you to knock on the door. To know Atlanta from the bottom. Sidewalks, shit. So I wanted to give my head the opportunity.
Listen.
What? Big ups. Atlanta is
Atlanta
was hard when I came. Yeah. So they grew up and I was a single mom. You know.
My King's Corner.
Welcome.
Featuring Keisha in Atlanta. And you've been here.
And it's funny because I came here on the Greyhound bus.
Hey, Keisha.
Yo.
Hey, you still Chicago?
Hell yeah.
Shit, I'm.
Put that shit down.
Man,
Sit your ass
damn.
down.
Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to get this camera right, man. You know how I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? She got my hat on already, bro. We supposed to be
Appreciate it.
recording. Welcome to my King's Quarter.
Welcome.
Featuring Keisha, yo. Today's topic is going to be basically, let me start off by saying I apologize. This is one of my better friends, one of my best friends that I've been knowing for, at least 20 years. I was able to call her up early this morning. I ain't going to tell you what day it is, but early this morning. And this is not a studio. As you see, let me show y'all a little bit about today.
That's right.
Yeah,
Follow
for a few
me.
minutes. See, look, follow her. You see what I'm saying? But this is not a studio or a set. This is her place where she resides at and lives. So, yeah, well, thank you so much for allowing me to film in your residence.
Appreciate you.
So,
I'm honored to be here. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing what this gonna be.
okay, but. So let's just start off by telling them, if you want, who you are, or where you from, and things like that.
Well, sure. I am Keisha Diggs. I'm originally out of Chicago, Illinois. Came here a little bit about 20 years ago from Texas. 2 sons. I actually have 4. But 2 biologically adults now, but me and my children moved here to Georgia almost 20 years ago.
Okay.
And no family, no friends, just change.
So let me ask you something. So you saying that you came from Chicago, right? You originally born in Chicago,
Yeah.
And you migrated to, you went to Texas for a little bit, but you end up in Atlanta, and you've been here 20 years.
Yeah.
So what they say is just like me, you tell me all the time, you didn't grew here, you flew here. So
For
pretty
sure.
much,
For sure.
yeah, you experienced a lot of things at Atlanta, a lot of the changes they did, like Grady, they redid Grady, and Capitol Homes, Carver Homes, Barn Homes, even out where you live at, we ain't gonna tell you. They did
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of-
it's definitely grown
Okay.
since I have been here. And it's funny because I came here on the Greyhound bus, me and my 2 kids, and so not knowing Atlanta, thankful to my brother, I will give him all
Big up,
the
brother.
credit.
Big up, brother.
Very good. He invited me and my kids to come down from Texas to be a little closer, to be closer to family, and to get a fresh start on Martin Luther King.
Oh, MLK.
And we know, Martin Luther King in every city in every state is where our people hang out. So I kind of got to know Atlanta from the bottom, from, walking the streets, finding my way, learning MARTA.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I got a car.
Yeah.
Atlanta kind of brought me back to home, because it's kind of an urban city, even though it's the South, a lot like Chicago. It's kind of modern. There are a few things I like to talk to the mayor about.
So-
Need some doggone sidewalks.
Are you thankful that you left Chicago? I mean, like, not saying nothing bad about Chicago,
No, for sure,
but I mean,
for
I'm just
sure.
saying, most people are too scared or afraid to make that leap. And
Yeah.
you did with 2 boys. 2 young men, excuse me now.
Yeah.
Big up, guys.
Yeah, I got men now. They weren't always that way. When I left home in Chicago, my oldest was 5, getting ready to go to 1st grade.
Oh, so you had 2 young ones.
2
Okay,
little
all right.
ones, and my youngest was still in daycare. He wasn't in Pampers, he was talking, but I wanted to leave Chicago for a multitude of reasons. I hate cold weather. always did when I was a kid. I thought it was torture that they sent us to school and that shit. It was like, what we do? Can't we stay at home? So I wanted to give my kids an opportunity to be kids, to do sports, to have better weather, to have a better education, also to see something different than I saw when I was a kid. And so in coming to the South, I knew it would be more, well, at least I thought it would be, more of a slow pace, where they could be kids, I could get to learn a smaller environment because I'm a city girl.
Mm-hmm.
I like the taxi cabs, so Uber, big ups.
Yeah.
I like the public transportation. I like the nightlife. I like the entertainment. I like the culture. So I grew up with that back home in Chicago. So I wanted to experience that somewhere else. And for me, growing up in Chicago, I had the opportunity to go to school in a mixed environment. So my school was very, very diverse. And when I came to Atlanta, it was almost a culture shock to me through my kids to see us everywhere. It wasn't a bad thing, but it was different because I grew up in a neighborhood where everybody looked like me, but I went to school when everybody looked like everybody else. Mm-hmm. And so my kids had an opportunity to grow up and go to school with people of every color. And so when they came down to Atlanta, they were like, Mom, ain't no white people. Everybody looked like us. So it was kind of a mixed, is that good? Is that bad? Because in the real world, everybody doesn't look like us.
Yes.
And I wanted them to see that in their environment and in their learning, because I thought that would help them. And it did. They were members of the POW when we came down here.
Okay. And don't nobody, that's a real OG if you
know
remember
what I mean?
POW.
We was at POW. Listen, my boys played for Adamsville. Atlanta is our home.
But see, most of the people that I bring on the show, or they willingly come on the show, they don't want to remember those things, or our kids now they're not kids, nor is mine are adults, but they're not gonna say it like right now. I know it's probably embarrassing to both of y'all or most of y'all out there that's listening and watching and things like that, but Keisha, she's still Chicago, but we got the washer and dryer going right now, and we record. Okay, hey, it's Sunday. Okay, she had me up Mason John. Y'all know my move. Okay.
No, Atlanta was hard when I came, because one thing about the South is that you all have a brotherhood, a sisterhood. You know what I mean? And I get that because we have that back home in Chicago. But because we're diverse people, we know how to flow when we flow. And we learned to get in where we fit in.
That's some of the stuff that, most moms won't do. They'll just put their kid on a bus nowadays and just tell them to go. But this is the days that we're trying to get you not to forget.
For sure.
Those things are timeless. I mean, we used to have, belt weapons. I'm from the north too, so people in the whole neighborhood, you come down the street and get in trouble. Everybody down the block whooping you.
What? And
okay.
On the way home.
About your two sons and how long you been in Atlanta and things like that. Like where are they now? Like where are you now?
My kids grew up here in Atlanta, and they went to the military after high school, which was a big shocker to me because my kids were big in sports, football and basketball. So I assumed they were going to go to college. Mm-hmm. And then one day they decided that they wanted to go to the Marines. And my oldest went first, and my youngest followed. They spent quite a few years. Now they're out, veterans.
Okay. Thank you, fellas. Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Already.
I was growing up, like you said, with the belt whoopings and discipline, and it wasn't as much as beating as it was as firm instruction. And so I was very firm in instructing my sons because I knew what I had seen growing up. because parents had slacked and allowed kids to do their own things. To do that as a parent, to get busy with the world and let the children police the children. I needed to know what my kids were doing, and I needed to know who they was doing it with, because we didn't know anyone, and so it worked for me. And I think you have to listen to your kids, but you have to talk to them as people, not as subservients. You gotta
Next
do
show,
what I say.
Next show, she gonna have her own show. Watch her. She's so educated, so well rounded, and parents and not
Productive
parents.
citizens.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only desire I had for my kids, is that they be responsible, respectful, productive citizens. Them to know that it was very important for them as individuals to be able to look at themselves in the mirror and what they're doing. And I am very proud of them, because in getting to know Atlanta and raising boys and trying to find my way work-wise and things, it was very important that they stay connected in a real way of being honest with me and disciplining themselves, coming home from school, doing your homework, doing what I ask you. If I have to fight with the world, I don't want to have to come home and fight with you.
What? Hold on. I ain't gonna even have her repeat that, okay? Y'all just got to rewind that for a couple seconds. She gonna have her own show soon. Y'all think I'm
I
playing?
appreciate that. I'll take it.
But seeing that the surroundings, like I said when we first came on, this is not a set. This is where you live. Like you've raised two young men by yourself as a single black woman, coming from a whole different atmosphere in the world, so a whole different lifestyle to make it where you are now. I mean, do you mind telling everybody what do you do for a living? I mean, this place looks immaculate, man. I haven't walked around and showed you everything, but every time I come, everything is, everything. A lot of hospitality.
Well, thank you. I grew up raised by my grandmother, and my mom, of course, around. And my mom had real good decorating sense in dressing and fixing things up. And I kind of watched that growing up. And so, you don't have to have $1 million to look like it. And you don't have to spend it to look like it either. So, with that being said, I just always wanted to have a nice, comfortable space. For me, something that fit me and my personality. And I was never able to do that with two sons. Because kids don't care. They will wipe their nose on your good towels. They will sleep on the sofa and leave all their junk in the middle of the floor if you let them, But when they left, I was able to girly my place up. I have a cleaning business where I do have clients that I've been with for years. I do residential.
You taking on any new clients? I'm sure I'm having to, look down on the back of the page and find on Instagram, Facebook, all that.
I definitely could use some new clients too. But I've actually had an opportunity to kind of get my decorating sense out as well. And my friends and family have been so kind as to let me do a little decorating in their home as well. And so that's been real fun, because I didn't really see this coming, the being able to share what I like with other people in that way. And so I'm just enjoying it. I'm going through this next phase in life. I just had a birthday.
Okay. And, happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And so I think we are ever evolving and trying to better ourselves, our lives, our families, our businesses, our mental health, our physical health. I think we are always trying to make that better. And so in this phase in life, I'm just open to where God has taken me. I'm so grateful. Did not see this when I moved here. you know,
Yeah.
20-some years ago. I didn't see the peace of mind. I didn't see the confidence. I didn't see the courage. I have a grandson.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
he's the love
okay.
of my life.
All right. That's good.
but
That's good.
Yes.
No one would
so-
ever. I'm not going to ask your
See
age,
it?
but I'm just saying. No one ever would ever think that you would be a grandma.
Listen,
Come on, y'all.
I have 2 biological sons, but I really have 4 sons
Okay.
that my ex-husband had afforded me to be a part of their lives when I
All right.
met him.
All right.
You know what I mean? And them my boos, them my buddies. And with them and my children, I actually have 6 grandchildren.
Okay.
2 of my grandbabies are in college.
Now that is. I mean, you know, most of us as black people, we don't still have contact, whether it's an ex-husband or ex-boyfriend. But if you spend some time with somebody else's kids more than a year,
Oh my
2
God.
years,
Oh
those
my
children
God.
have bonded with you.
Oh
so,
my God,
and for
yes.
him to still respect you, and he's in another relationship or whatever he's doing,
Oh my-
you're in another
My
relationship.
ex-husband, please do, and him. But no, my stepkids and I think it is very important that we keep relationships. Just because they don't work the way we desired for them, I don't think it's a reason to throw people away. My kids, when I lived home in Chicago, they grew up with their brothers for the first couple of years of their lives until we moved. And when we came home, we stayed connected. We always visited together. We did not let that relationship fall to the wayside because they were still their brothers. And I think that you have to learn to, when people say let it go, you have to let go of the hurt or the disappointment or the failure that the relationship had, and understand I still spend some time with you. You still my peoples, you know, my family, know your family. Well, we're gonna cut everybody off. You know, we have to be, as a people, especially a people of color, we have to be more willing to hold on to each other and not give up so quick on each other. And that's what I feel in our communities. We lack love for one another.
You know what? That is so true. I'm gonna make sure after this show, I'm gonna get her a 1-800 number. I swear to you, bro.
What?
Hey, listen, I'll be calling her. Hey, look, check it out. And she gonna tell you the truth. You don't want the raw, uncut truth. Okay, some of y'all comedians out there telling these written jokes. You call her. Call her.
That's not funny. I need y'all to stop laughing. I'm
Okay,
serious.
all right. Well, look, we'll be right back after this cut.
Yes, I need a drink.